Warning: the live stream you are about to watch will contain strong messaging, nice suit wearing, and foul language, along with strong opinion. Viewers' discretion is advised. You've been warned now, motherfuckers.
While I'm fighting to achieve my fucking goals, I'm so obsessed with the quest that it is so absurd. I hope I don't end up in the back of a hearse. I'm focused on my time that I had left on earth. I hope my mama never had to put me in the dirt. I'm contemplating getting a couple bitches, have them in the fucking kitchen and they cooking up that word. You think I'm tripping, but I ain't so disturbed. I'm fucking twisted, I'm so sadistic, but I'm a mystic. Just in case you missed it, pay attention, shut up and listen. I believe in God's high and mighty godly existence. Ayo, 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 ayo. Tryna get my money, bro, just listen to my songs. I'm gonna be a movie star on your radio. Ayo, ayo,
ayo, ayo. What's going on, every motherfucking body? This is Eric Lloyd in the building here today. You know I'm bald-headed, so you know it's getting real in this motherfucker. I gotta check back the playback to make sure a nigga ain't skipping, so we don't have no motherfucking problems. Look like we rocking and rolling the motherfucking Kamolin. Let's get it going, baby. I'm not actually excited. O.J. Simpson had died. I don't know if it was yesterday. I don't know if it was today. But the nigga is now officially dead. Okay? And listen, I'm not here to cause bad spite on this nigga's name. This nigga still got family members. Condolences to y'all. I wish y'all the best of luck. Hopefully you find reverence and peace through all the bullshit, because we got the media here to make a mockery of shit. Okay? And we just want to get down to the bottom of the truth, the life and death of O.J. Simpson, and to figure out whether or not that nigga's really guilty or innocent. But first and foremost, holla at your boy.
God damn, what a big ass. What's the mathematics? What's the mathematics? Your mama, can a brother holler at you? Holler, holler, holler. Holler at you, holler, holler at you, holler at you, holler, 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 holler. You brother, can a brother holler at you? I know a little, are you gay? I know the homosexual Mexican would love to have you, boy. You spending bucks, big bucks, big bucks, big bucks. Love you, have you, love you, have you, love you, have you.
Big bucks, goddammit. We're spending big bucks, baby. And with the news of O.J. Simpson just randomly dying, which caught me blatantly by surprise, I said, what the fuck? My black ass gonna have to do a show on this shit. So because of that news that I got in by CNN, TMZ, or whatever them raggedy bastards, I had to say, fuck it, we are going live.
Okay. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Right. Fucking thing sucks.
I was supposed to get a motherfucking haircut today, and clearly, the way my beard is looking, I did not get that. So hopefully I get my shit together tomorrow or Saturday, one of these days, Lord have mercy. But I am fucked up, okay? And if you think I'm look fucked up, go ahead and say it in the comments, baby.
About this on the show before. You have African-American rappers saying N-word this and N-word that, but a Caucasian can't.
So say it.
Say what?
Say the word you want to say.
I'm not saying that I want to say it, I'm just saying that I can't.
Sure you can. Say it right now. I will say it with you.
Okay, this is hypocritical. You know we can't.
Sure you can. This is America. Both of you.
So, let's go ahead and get into it. As you can see, you clearly, and I mean clearly, understand why the hell I wear hats on a regular damn basis. Okay, it's clear as day. Damn, there's a crystal ball in this motherfucker today. Because, Lord have mercy, I just don't give a damn. It's 2 o'clock in the motherfucking morning. I usually do this regular ass show at 1 a.m. I'm a little behind schedule. I didn't want to do the damn show in the first fucking place. But I understood that I had to step in front of this. Because my schedule and itinerary is finna be busy as hell. Niggas, I have joined this fraternity. I am getting ready to hopefully be accepted by these people. And cause, you know, that I could eventually call my brothers, okay? Hopefully a brother can get accepted, and when I do, I'm gonna be busy as hell. So I'm just going to squeeze these shows in. But we're doing a show today on O.J. Simpson. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it.
O.J. Simpson, the former NFL star who was found not guilty of the double murder of his ex-wife and her friend in 1995 in one of the most notorious trials in modern history, has died at age 76. His family announcing this news on the platform formerly known as Twitter, writing, quote, that O.J. had succumbed to his battle with cancer.
And you know, O.J. Simpson loved him some Twitter. Hey, Twitter world. Hey, guys, I just want to tell you about football and family members. Okay, old man. Immediately after that nigga got released from prison, his ass, oh, Twitter world. Hey, Twitter world. This is your boy, OJ. Okay? I done probably got away with killing him, motherfucker. But we're going to talk about football Sunday today. That was OJ Simpson. He didn't give a damn. Niggas all in the comments. You killed that bitch. You're a murderer. You dirty bastard. That nigga. Hey, Twitter world. I just want you to know, I'm doing just fine over here. My health is A-OK, sharp as a motherfucking axe. But best believe it. Let's talk about Sunday night football, huh? Or golf. That goofy bastard, okay? And the brother's dead, so let me just go ahead and put some respect on his name. I didn't mean anything by it. If some of his family members come across this bullshit. Let's get into some more news articles and all that shit.
Daisy, this is shocking news.
Yeah, I think to those of us of a certain generation, and I count myself at 51 as being of that generation, O.J. Simpson was such a big figure. And then, of course, his case was one of those moments where not just America stopped and was fixated on you know, every turn of the trial, but really the world was. It was one of the first seminal trials that everybody wanted. You know, you'd get back from school or work and say, you know, what happened at the O.J. trial today? And he's continued, obviously, to be a deeply controversial figure. And as you said, acquitted of that, was convicted of on other trials, but an astonishing story going from this one of the most famous American sportsmen ever, then to sort of criminal, would-be criminal, and then always a controversial figure.
Yeah, I guess for some of our younger viewers and listeners, OJ played for the Buffalo Bills, the San Francisco 49ers. He was,
and the nigga potentially, allegedly, killed his wife and her lover. And the nigga went to prison and got served maximum prison because the nigga got off some years before for the actual murder. The nigga went to prison because he basically got sued by the victim's parents, and they were successful to the point where they took his own book publishing deal, where he did a book saying, if I did it, a whole book explaining if he actually was the murderer, how the hell he would have did it, which is crazy as hell. And I was alive. I was well aware of when that book came out. I never have read that shit. But based off of the civil lawsuits that the family have done to that bastard, he ran out of money. He had to give him something. And that was that publishing deal. Along with some memorabilia and some other shit that nigga had that the money couldn't add up to. Okay? Come to find out, this nigga here, another motherfucker, has his memorabilia, and he's gonna go to hell and high waters to get it back. To the point where he's hearing that they're gonna start selling the shit on eBay. So he get him and a couple of his motherfucking homies. They go to this motherfucking room. The nigga pulls out his motherfucking gun and tells that nigga to give him his shit as he continues to walk out the hotel with no motherfucking problems. That's O.J. Simpson for your ass. And I ain't got nothing against what he did. In fact, I implore it. You a nigga, take your shit, go get it back. But then again, understanding legality, I do not implore it. So don't think I'm out here, if you have to give that shit away because you done fucked around and killed somebody, got off on murder, and then now the family want to sue your motherfucking ass because they don't got no justice in this bitch. Oh yeah, nigga. That shit is gone, nigga. It's out of there. Your career is fucked. You have to accept it. The problem was the nigga was found innocent. Then you do this dumb shit, the nigga was found guilty and given a maximum sentence. They made sure that nigga was gonna sit his ass down.
All right, this just coming in. A post by O.J. Simpson's family on X says that O.J. Simpson is dead. He has died of cancer. O.J. Simpson was 76 years old. He had been battling cancer. O.J., of course, one of the most infamous, high-profile Americans of all time. This message just being posted on X, I'll read it out to you. On April 10th, our father, Orenthal James Simpson, succumbed to his battle with cancer. He was surrounded by his children and grandchildren. During this time of transition, his family asked that you please respect their wishes for privacy and grace. Again, that coming from the Simpson family. Our breaking news, O.J. Simpson is dead. We'll be right back.
So I'm getting a couple conflicting reports here. I'm getting reports that he was in the middle of surgery and it had surgery complications which caused his death. And the surgery was due to cancer, prostate cancer, which is one of the deadliest forms of cancer when it comes down to men, especially men of older age. My granddad, before he died with prostate cancer. So niggas, make sure you're checking that shit out. Have some niggas looking at your balls, your prostate, your ding dong. Have them looking at it all. Goddamn, have that bitch grab your nuts by the side. You turn your head to the side and you cough for that hole. Okay? We need to make sure we all motherfucking healthy out here. And if that means we gotta have doctors grabbing and groping on our balls to make sure that we are A-OK, goddammit, that's what the hell we need to do, Jesus. And I'm not gonna stay. We all need our balls grabbed from time to time. It could be from a biatch from across the street. It could be from a motherfucking homeless ass crackhead asshole outside, or it could be from a motherfucking doctor in your local motherfucking doctor's office. Okay? But anyway, we got plenty of bitches and whoever the hell to grab balls out here. And it might be helpful, goddammit. Once again, this nigga has died at the age of 76.
O.J. Simpson is dead at the age of 76, or as the Drudge Report covered it, cancer murders O.J. With that, likely because earlier in life, while he did win the Heisman Trophy for USC and he played for the Buffalo Bills, O.J.'s most well known for standing trial for the double murder of his ex-wife and her friend, which is also why we've seen drastically different reactions to his death, with many making jokes or rejoicing in it, saying R.I.P., rest in piss, whereas others have called those people disgusting and saying they choose to remember O.J. for other things. Which is why I gotta ask, where do you land on this?
Y'all caught me in a smoke break. But some of you evil motherfuckers out there that's talking shit about O.J. Simpson, shut the hell up, bitch! Because when your punk ass die, we're gonna be talking shit about you. You respect the goddamn dead. Now, it's one thing telling the motherfucking truth, but telling a nigga to rest in piss is you need your ass whooped. You need your motherfucking intestines taken out your motherfucking ass and stomped on, and you need your balls cut off. And if you got a vagina, you need your titties chopped off. Because that shit is unacceptable. And your ass is gonna find your ass in hell somewhere. I'm telling you. Respect the dead. Telling the O.J. the nigga died old, okay? The nigga was found innocent, goddammit. What more else do you need from these bastards? Now, what we finna go over in the motherfucking show is clear as day. But the nigga was found innocent in a court of the motherfucking law.
According to TMZ, O.J. Simpson, the former NFL superstar, has passed away at age 76 after a battle with cancer. He famously stood trial for the double murder of his ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her friend, Ron Goldman, in the 90s, and he was acquitted. He passed away today in Las Vegas.
Niggas late as hell. It's time for me to go my ass to sleep. So the nigga died in Las Vegas. Okay, we clearly these niggas are saying the same shit, and is allowing me to piece in between the middle of stories that I done learned over the motherfucking years. But the nigga apparently died in Las Vegas. Okay, we got one more clip of this nigga is saying that this nigga has died, and then we're gonna move on with the show.
NFL superstar O.J. Simpson has passed away at the age of 76. So according to O.J. Simpson's family, they said on April 10th, our father Arthur James Simpson succumbed to his battle with cancer. He was surrounded by his children and grandchildren. So according to TMZ, word about O.J. Simpson's cancer diagnosis first made the rounds in February when a local outlet reported it. They said, although the details were hazy, as was OJ's response at the time, they said he denied that he was in hospice, but didn't address the cancer report. They said adding to the mystery was the fact that OJ actually touched on a cancer diagnosis in 2023 in a post that he said that he had caught some form of cancer. He was also photographed recently looking very frail, walking with a cane. And although OJ Simpson had an illustrious NFL career, it was the death of his ex-wife and her friend that really put a dark cloud over his image.
And guys, look, I'm a big believer in where there's smoke, there's fire. And we're actually getting ready to cover that part. The actual smoke and eventually the fire. But let's take a look at why O.J. Simpson trial was a must, I can't even speak, god damn it! A must watch event 25 years ago.
O.J. Simpson was so famous before any of this happened, and that's why it became such a huge story. He was the most famous American ever charged with murder. He had quite a public life before June 12th, 1994, when suddenly news broke that his ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, had been found murdered at her home, along with her friend Ronald Goldman. A very bloody, terrible murder scene. Because it was televised, it became a national obsession. Everybody watched it. It was a show, and it was on every day, gavel to gavel.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Orenthal James Simpson, not guilty of the crime of murder in violation of Penal Code Section 187A, a felony upon Nicole Brown Simpson.
And that whole fucking, guys, watch the fucking biopic, bio series, limited series, whatever the fuck, and it's a bad time to mention this nigga's name. Cuba Gooding Jr. Because Cuba Gooding Jr. been fucking around with P. Diddy somewhere. Touching niggas and all. Come on, nigga! What the hell do you have going on, Cuba? You fucked up in the first place by accepting the name Cuba as a baby bastard. You was doomed from the start. And nigga is a great, outstanding actor. But nigga, your freakiness has to go the hell away. This nigga's grabbing on niggas, grabbing on bitches, fucking around, fucking up his career, playing around with Diddy and shit. Oh, not a nigga's in a lawsuit. Oh, Jesus Christ. But he played his ass off playing as O.J. Simpson. Lord have mercy. Look up that shit. That limited series of O.J. Simpson. God damn. That was outstanding. You learned a lot from the ins and outs of whatever the hell that was going on. Somebody killed that bitch. I mean, and like I said, no disrespect. She's dead. You gotta respect the dead. And I know their family is grieving right now. Damn, pissed that they didn't get justice for that hoe. But I'm gonna give y'all a quick synopsis because it's something in my spirit is like, nigga, you gotta give them something before you move on to the next clip. So that's what the hell I'm gonna do. When it came down to Nicole and OJ, they were separated at the time of her death. She was then fucking with that nigga, Nick, or whatever the hell his ass was. The nigga that got killed. Fucking around with him on the low. But not really on the low because OJ already knew. I believe that was a house that they were at together at one point as far as OJ. Hence why he had access to the motherfucking building. The shit went down. The nigga immediately flies to Chicago. Police calls him. First thing he asks is she alive? They didn't give a chance to say shit. Is the bitch alive? Was I successful or not in killing a bitch? That's what he wanted to know. That's what he was asking the police. And they're like, what the fuck? Oh yeah, you're definitely a suspect. So the nigga acts like he knows every motherfucking thing. Acts like he can get past these raggedy ass cops that's looking at this bounce to clear as day. And I suppose something happened to where that nigga flipped and killed niggas. But let's take a look at O.J. Simpson is a first team all-sicko.
What if I told you O.J. Simpson was first team all-sicko? Thought he most likely brutally murdered his ex-wife and got away with it. Led by a legal team of Johnny Cochran and Kim Kardashian's father, that family takes 0 losses, which leads to the strong possibility that O.J. is Chloe's father. Jody has zaddy issues. Before that, he stole his best friend's girlfriend, married her. The same man that drove O.J.'s Bronco in the slowest police chase of all time. When asked to protest racial inequality, he responded by saying, "I'm not black, I'm O.J. His brother transcends race." He starred in his own hidden camera prank show, where he fulfilled his wildest dream of becoming a white man going undercover in a nursing home. He wrote the best-selling novel If I Did It, where O.J. breaks down how he would have committed the murder if he had done it. While some was snitching on himself to critical acclaim, unheard of. He spent 9 years in prison for stealing his own sports memorabilia. Never heard of eBay, stupid? He wanted to conduct his first interview post-trial on pay-per-view. The issue ain't Money Mayweather. In order to conjure up a more relatable image to jurors, he had his house redesigned before trial to appear more black. This man took down the Michael Jackson posters and hung up the Michael Jackson posters.
Understood. Okay, so that nigga had a very drastic life, okay? A football player, illustrious career, breaking records that still ain't broken today. I suppose the black ass nigga retires, kills a bitch, and then once he gets out of that situation, he tries to live his life, fucks around, try to get his memorabilia back, fucks around, get his ass locked in prison, fucks around, then just becomes an old ass man and talk to the motherfucking Twitter, talking about, hey, Twitter world, okay? That's O.J. motherfucking Simpson for your ass. And then teased on whether or not he did it or not. Now look at what O.J. Simpson did at his ex-wife's funeral.
Morbid Facts, Part 302. This 1994 photo shows O.J. Simpson holding hands with his children at the funeral of their mother and his ex-wife, Nicole Simpson Brown. She was brutally stabbed to death, most likely by O.J. himself, even though he was famously acquitted in court a few months later. During the funeral, O.J. reportedly spent a significant amount of time with Nicole's body and was even seen kissing her on the lips.
Woo! I hope this show gets carried the hell on so I can get the hell out of here. Lord have mercy. I don't even know why I showed that shit, because it showed no reference to what the hell maybe my brain ain't working right now. Maybe I started the show too damn late. Lord have mercy. But look at O.J. Simpson. This is where the controversy comes in, because the nigga is playing on this shit. Like his ex-wife, the mother of his children, and get her ass killed in a vicious fashion in a house that used to be theirs.
I'm going to tell you a story you've never heard before, because no one knows this story the way I know it. It takes place the night of June 12, 1994, and it concerns the murders of my ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her young friend, Ronald Goldman. Forget everything you think you know about that night, because I know the facts better than anyone. The story you know or think you know, that's not the story, not even close. This is one story the whole world got wrong.
This nigga, I know the story about what really happened about my ex-wife. I mean, what the hell are we talking about, goddammit? If my ex-wife, hell, if the mother of my child gets brutally murdered in a place we used to live together, I will be devastated. This nigga's like, See, the world doesn't know the whole truth like I know the truth, and I am going to tell you exactly what took place on June 12th, 19, whatever the fuck time it was, and give you guys the juice you've been looking for. Where's the police at, goddammit? Where's the damn public defender and prosecutor at? Come on, nigga. This nigga is playing around. And look at O.J. Simpson confessing a murder.
I grabbed the knife. After that, I don't remember. Except I'm standing there and there's blood and stuff around. I hate to say this, but this is
Why in the world would O.J. Simpson start laughing in the middle of an interview about killing his wife? The answer is a duper's delight. If you don't know what duper's delight is, it's the rush of endorphins a liar gets when they lie and get away with it. So let's keep listening.
See, O.J. was asked what happened. Since he said there's a story that not everybody else know. What he expressed was that, hypothetically, if he had something to do with it, and then a nigga started seeming like he was going through his memory banks, make sure y'all look up at that damn interview, because it's fucking wild. The nigga is really essentially telling on himself, saying that it was somebody else that was actually doing the harm. And it was him as himself, the simple mind. Because the question was, why was your blood found on the scene, OJ? Why was blood from the victims found with a glove at your house? Why the fuck was there a missing glove with your blood in it on the crime scene? Well, I was there, but I didn't do the killing. Let's say it's Bobby, or whatever the fuck that nigga's name. I think the nigga said it was Bobby or some shit like that. Some generic ass white name. And he did it, and he slit that bitch's throat, and he killed that nigga. And I was just there in disbelief, and I grabbed the knife, as you heard that nigga say. So now the nigga is saying he was there. And here's my problem, bastards. Where is the police at? Because, nigga, you didn't say this during the court. All this shit that you said in this interview, you didn't say, bastard. So if somebody else did it, even to the day the nigga died, he wouldn't say who actually did it or the fact that he wanted to cover the shit. And once again, this is his wife. They were separated. The reason she's not his wife anymore is because the bitch got murdered. And this nigga is holding, allegedly, who the real killer is. I mean, what the hell are we talking about? They're now saying that the nigga was on the scene. What are we talking about here, goddammit? This asks, what did OJ say? Because now this nigga's just fucking around about some shit he ain't supposed to be fucking around with.
Moments after the verdict, O.J. Simpson leaned over and whispered something in your ear. What did he say?
You had told me this would be the result from the beginning. You were right.
What the nigga said was, bastard, I'm guilty as hell, but your ass got me off, and I like to thank your ass. That's what the nigga said, okay? And it says, OJ's confession?
11 years after a jury found him not guilty of the murders of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman, O.J. Simpson wrote a book, and he called it, I Did It. Here's the story behind this book. Although acquitted on criminal charges, O.J. was later found financially liable, so he has always owed money to the families of the victims. In 2006, to make some money, he decided to write If I Did It. The premise of the book was literally O.J. saying, I didn't do it, but if I did, here's how and why I would have. As you can imagine, the public was revolted by that idea, and all 400,000 copies of the book that had been made were destroyed. But a year later, a bankruptcy court said, hey, look, OJ still owes these families money. Let's give them this asset. And so the Goldman family took the book and published it. Now, they have always believed in OJ's guilt, and so they made the cover look like this. I did it. But they're not libeling him. The title is still technically, If I Did It. If I Did It.
Trying to continue to sell the actual narrative that he did it. And the Goldman family absolutely believe. Nicole's family absolutely believe. I mean, why didn't these families get justice? And you gotta settle for a fucking book that the nigga posted talking about if he did it. Knowing goddamn well he did it. And the book really is just a fucking book of different ways he's thought about doing it differently. Not showing any remorse for the situation. If you are innocent, you wouldn't do this. If you are innocent on a claim that you killed your fucking wife, you wouldn't do this. That's what keeps the controversy. That's what we're talking about as far as controversial. Because the nigga still was playing on this shit. And apparently, this nigga in depositions is playing with this shit.
I think I just cracked the case. Or I think OJ cracked the case. Did he confess to his murder right here in the disposition interview of the civil suit that he had going on from the murders of Nicole Brown, his ex-wife, and Ronald Goldman? Watch what he mouths right here. All right, be ready for this.
Punishment. Excuse me? I said.
Right there. It looks like he mouthed, I did do it. One more time.
Listening to him was everything from disgust to astonishment.
I did do it.
He whispered something.
Holy shit. He just subtly confessed to the crime of the century.
Well, folks, that's all we need. I don't even need to do the rest of the show. I can take my punk ass to bed and call the goddamn night. Because any innocent man, I mean, the nigga's fucking around here, goddammit. I did do it. Looking like Bill Cosby ass. Oh, Lord. Remember when Bill Cosby ass was going to court, that nigga fucked around and turned around on their ass just randomly? Lord have mercy. That nigga was acting blind as a motherfucker all through that bitch. Acting needing a cane and assistance and shit. Niggas holding on to him and shit, damn that needing crutches. But that moment, that nigga motherfucker turned on that hole real quick. Hey, goddammit, hey, this nigga fucking around. Now look at this nigga. OJ still fucking around. Still.
Got me riled up. You got me started.
Did you do it?
No, I didn't. Nope. Did not do it.
After we finished filming, OJ said to me that he had a surprise for me, and I genuinely was surprised. I think it was his idea of a joke. And this is it.
That nigga crowd wild as hell. Nope. I did not. You got Sean Thomas talking about OJ dead. That nigga dead as hell. Died yesterday, goddammit. Complications from cancer. Rewind to the front. I done did a whole bunch of clips covering that shit. You late, bastard. Okay? Welcome to the show. Miss you, dog. I don't know where the hell you been, man. Hell, let's get it together, goddammit. Now, look, this is, at this point, this man is much older. He's closer to his death age at this point of this interview. And he's asked if he did it.
I'm gonna say, obviously, with like your story and, you know, only you really know the truth. When you die, are you like in any way scared to face God?
Nope. I look forward to it. Yeah. As I said, I know where my weaknesses were. As I said, I regret being unfaithful. You know, I think I made up. Hopefully, I made up for it in my other deeds. But we'll see.
Yeah, because I meant, like, obviously there's so many rumors, whatever, but only you really know the truth. So I guess.
No, I'm not the only one that knows the truth. There's others that know the truth. Yeah.
People like what? Like who?
Who did it?
People know?
No, I don't know if people know, but somebody knows.
Do you have any way to like respond to that? Like if you had to answer who did it?
No, I'm not even going to talk about that.
Yeah.
I'm not going there.
Is that something that you put in the past, or?
Well, you have to.
And then we got Sean Thomas out here feeling soft as hell and sad as hell because O.J. Simpson is dead. This nigga says, bro, you making him look bad for no reason, Lord. Listen, you brother, you have to understand. What we do is we take the evidence that we got and we come to a motherfucking conclusion. And so far in this show, it ain't looking good, goddammit. It is not looking good. Sean Thomas says black people need to stand together. And brother, I've stood by this nigga's side by all this motherfucking time. This nigga want to get on these motherfucking interviews, play all these motherfucking games, act like he gonna stab a hoe. Nope, I did not kill my ex-wife. Acted making jokes and mockery of this bullshit. It ain't me. I'm just reporting what the hell I'm seeing. It's that dead bastard. Now this nigga said, how we gonna rise if we tearing brothers down? Well, goddamn, how the hell we gonna rise when we tearing our motherfucking selves down? This is self-inflicted. I'm a real believer in where there's smoke, there is fire. This ain't no controversy. Don't be disrespecting a dead man. I really almost went over the edge and said, fuck that man, but I'm not gonna do that because that is a dead man now. Okay, and I was a fan of his Twitter World videos, okay? I liked them a lot and look forward to them hoes, okay? So I'm right there with you, Sean. Thank you for keeping me in line, okay, goddamn. But this is one of his O.J. Simpson friends. Cal asked, or not, actually, it's still the same interview, asked if the nigga, who killed them bastards?
Are you upset that the killer of Ron and Nicole was never found?
Right now, I'm not going to discuss any of that. All right? Yeah, I think that's a pretty obvious question, but I'm not getting in that. I'm not going there.
You don't think that they're still out there?
I'm not going there.
Why? Why aren't you going there, OJ? Because last couple of times, nigga, it was, nope, I did not kill her. I didn't kill that bitch. Nope, not me. Shake, shake, shake. Sean Thomas says OJ was innocent, bro. I see the truth and truth behind beautiful eyes. And his beautiful eyes, oh nigga. Now that's suspect as hell, brother, because you hold up now. You too much of a motherfucking OJ fan, brother. Hey. And I know for a fact your young ass ain't old enough to know who the hell and how the hell and what the hell that nigga had going on. People been prodding OJ for the past 30 years about this, and of course he's not gonna talk about it. The nigga was talking about it a couple years before that. What the hell's the difference now? The only difference is that nigga was tired and old and wasn't making no money off that shit. That's why he wasn't talking about it. But this video says 5 reasons that prove O.J. Simpson did it. Now, Sean Thomas, can you combat and realize one of these 5 things? Tell me, bastards.
These are 5 reasons why O.J. Simpson did it. Number 1 is the DNA evidence. O.J. Simpson's bloody footprints were at the crime scene, and his hair follicles. Also, there was a bloody glove at O.J. Simpson's house that contained the blood of the 2 victims. And also, the victim's blood was in his car. Number 2 is the infamous car chase. On the day of his arrest, O.J. Simpson led the LAPD on a chase for hours. Now, if this wasn't incriminating, I don't know what is. Number 3 is his change of alibi. First, he said he was asleep during the murders, but then later said he was hitting golf balls outside of his house. Number 4 is the motive. He had plenty of motive to kill his wife because she called the police on him multiple times for hitting, stalking, and degrading her. All signs that he was quite capable of committing murder. Number 5 is that he released a book titled If I Did It, explaining step by step how he would commit the murder if he did it. Now him doing this just screams guilty.
Can you explain all this? Why you typing all this shit in here? Lord have mercy. Sean Thomas says OJ had a kind soul. God only gives favor to the best of us. And he was an NFL player. This nigga, Sean Thomas, is with the Illuminati. Because fuck the NFL, bastard. I don't give a fuck if the nigga was a mother. Aaron Hernandez was on the NFL and that nigga killed niggas. And then fucked around and killed himself. And I was a fan of Aaron Hernandez. I'm a goddamn Patriot fan, bastards, and I was pissed. Bro, we already know that the cops set him up. It was some funny shit going on with the cops. I will admit. There was some funny shit going on. Okay, and they handled the DNA evidence. Well, clearly not the motherfucking parts that had that bastard's DNA on it. Can you explain that? The cops was chasing him. Me personally, I don't trust the cops. Well, when the cops pull your punk ass over, you better stop, bastard. And if you keep going, you look guilty as hell and you're running from something. There's no reason to run from the motherfucking cops unless your ass is guilty. Mark Furman, the cop who was first at the scene, broke police protocol, entering the place, entering and place the famous glove. He figured he could just make some money off of this silly book. Well, I kind of explained that a little earlier. Yeah, that's the case, right? And that's a wild ass claim you saying about the motherfucking cop. You didn't name drop the bastard. Hold up now. I didn't do the shit, nor is that nigga on any of my motherfucking notes. So fuck that bastard. We only know going off of the video evidence that we have to fucking day, and that nigga is not doing well. Mark was also an infamous racist. Well, fuck that bastard. Okay, so here's O.J. Simpson's friend talking about a secret book pack.
You could hear a ringing. This is strange, so I went outside, and I think, going back in my memory, I think the limo driver was out, and I don't know if I let him in or anybody. He and I were talking, and then there was luggage out in front, and I remember helping the limo driver and I loading up the limo.
And OJ actually buzzes him in, I guess. He comes out and he said he had overslept and he had just gotten out of the shower. Around 11:15, you guys start to load up the limousine with OJ's bags. And you're actually helping him load up.
Correct.
But there's a knapsack in the vicinity. What's going on with that knapsack?
There's a knapsack about 25 feet away from all the other luggages. So I run, I could jog, I gotta get this one, and I was within reaching distance as OJ had screamed, "No, I got that."
Okay. So, Sean is talking about this damn fucking police officer who was racist. Okay, you're right, because I remember watching the motherfucking series. That nigga was using a hard R, okay, like you said. Okay, but that still don't make OJ fucking innocent, bastard. What about the knapsack, huh? That's a strong, far-fetched claim, so don't even respond to that shit. This is another case, brother, come on, brother. You're being emotional right now, okay? We just trying to get to the motherfucking bottom of it, and you're fucking it up for everybody, okay? Lord have mercy. The nigga's guilty, okay? And I'm gonna let Mav do the solution for your ass.
O.J. Simpson was acquitted not because the glove didn't fit, but because the jury didn't understand probability. Let's see if you'd be fooled too. So here's what happened. The prosecution spent 10 days trying to prove that O.J. Simpson abused his wife. Why? Because if he abused his wife, he probably also killed her. But Alan Dershowitz, on the defense, he's like, whoa. That doesn't matter. Because if you look at the stats, out of 2,500 women that are abused, only one is killed. But do you see the problem in this logic? The defense, they're only looking at one side of the equation, that Nicole was abused. But they're forgetting the other fact. She was also killed. So instead of looking at those 2,500 women, we should only be looking at that one. Because that one is the one that was abused and killed. So what are the odds that that person was abused and killed by the same person? And in that case, the odds are actually 90%. So there's a 90% chance that O.J. Simpson killed his wife. Did they fool you?
He was beating a bitch ass. You cannot deny that, Sean. He was beating that bitch's ass. There's photos, there's police reports. Police that came to the motherfucking house multiple times. He was whipping that bitch's ass. Then they apparently get separated. Now, not legally as far as divorce. She started fucking with another white guy in the house that they used to live in together. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That nigga came home to get some of his shit. Seeing that bastard in his motherfucker. And I know that nigga was booty ass naked. That's why it happened. That's why it happened. But I'm going to show you the truth, Sean. You asking for the truth. You say the glove don't fit. You must have quit. Well, maybe. Just maybe. What if the glove didn't really fit? Let's just say maybe. Just maybe. What if O.J. Simpson didn't kill them at all?
On June 13, 1994, the bodies of 35-year-old Nicole Brown Simpson and her friend, 25-year-old Ronald Goldman, were found lying in pools of blood outside Simpson's Brentwood, California condominium. One theory, which was presented in the 2012 documentary My Brother the Serial Killer, suggested that the pair were actually murdered by serial killer Glenn Edward Rogers. In the documentary, Glenn's brother Clay Rogers said, "I'm absolutely certain that my brother killed Nicole Simpson and Ron Goldman." In an interview with a criminal profiler, Glenn allegedly claimed that O.J. Simpson had hired him to steal a pair of earrings and kill his former wife during the robbery. In addition to knowing details about the murders, Rogers was able to draw a detailed picture of the knife he claims to have used to kill the victims. According to ABC News, filmmaker David Monahan said he believes the information provided by Glenn's brother. Monahan believes that this should have been enough to prompt an official investigation into his possible involvement in the murders. Rogers was never arrested and indicted in Brown, Simpson's, and Goldman's deaths.
Why? Because he was white. That's why. So I believe that. Even given with the interview that O.J. Simpson was saying, the hypotheticals, how there was another person, even though the way he was talking, he kind of made it seem like he blacked out, which is what he said, that he blacked out, and then he looked up and this guy had done all of this and there was blood everywhere. Maybe he did hire. And maybe he did show up. This is just my theory. I believe he didn't have the balls to kill his wife, but he had the balls to kill the guy, Goodman. Oh, you want to fuck with my wife, bitch? Well, I'm going to kill your ass. And, bitch, you want to fuck with them around with this little red lily white bastard? My hitman going to kill your ass, too. And the way she got killed was in such a vicious, professional manner. I mean, the collar tied, the way that she was, the way she got killed, as far as the way her throat was slit, it was like this kind of tied and sharp thing. Only a professional know how to do that. In a sense, a serial killer. But the way that Goodman got killed was in a different way, as if it was a different person that killed that bastard. Hence why you got OJ fucking blood on the scene. You got a whole bunch of bullshit going on. You got OJ. Yeah, bro. I believe that my theory is dead on the head. Hence why the nigga was curious about whether or not the bitch was dead. Because, like I said, when the police called him, the first thing he asked, didn't even get him a chance to talk, was, is she alive? If he had slit that bitch's throat, he would have knew the answer to that question. But clearly not. Missing alibis, fucked up. The nigga was trying to get away to Chicago. Failed polygraph test upon polygraph test. You are literally conspiratizing two murders happened by two different people on the same night. You're pulling strings here, Eric, goddamn. Nigga, go to bed! It's past your goddamn bedtime as it is. And I'm not pulling strings, nigga. Do your research. I looked at the goddamn video that nigga that I told y'all niggas to look at, that we showed a little bit of clip of this nigga acting all theatrical about his ex-wife that got killed. I respect you, Eric, but I can't stand by this. Well, then get the hell out of here! Don't stand by it, goddammit. But I'm just telling you how T.I. is. Look at the damn medical reports. The niggas was killed by two people. The bitch was killed in a gruesome fashion, in a professional manner, in a way that most niggas can't kill hoes. And the nigga was killed in a totally different manner. It wasn't the same tools that was used, my man. Can you explain why that nigga's blood was at the scene? Can you explain why that nigga ran from the police? Can you explain why all of this shit that is going on is the way it is? Can you explain it? Can you explain why the victim's blood was found at OJ's house? Can you explain it? When OJ said himself that he's seen blood everywhere, he's just not making that shit up. He was there. Can you explain why there was victim's blood in his Durango? I bet you motherfucking can't. I bet you can't. So the nigga was on the scene when all this shit went down. Are you denying that factor? Do you not believe that? If you're going to make me sleep, I'm going to watch with your mom. Both of them. I don't know what the hell that means, bastard. Help me understand. Since you want to deny every motherfucking thing, help me understand, bastard. And speaking of the Durango, what happened?
Where is it now? O.J. Simpson's white Bronco. The real car in the famous chase seen by 100 million people actually wasn't O.J.'s, it was his friend Al Cowling. Cowlings and Simpson both had the exact same white Bronco, so it gets commonly confused. After the chase, the car stayed out of the spotlight in the lot of an LA condo from 1995 to 2012. Companies like StarterFacts would reach out offering to buy the Bronco for large sums of cash so that they could profit off of it through tourist attractions. Cowlings did not like these offers. Throughout the years, it would make exclusive TV and museum showings, but as of today, it's sitting peacefully in retirement.
This nigga is over here talking about goddamn shoe. I'm not, brother. Ain't nobody got time for that shit. You sit here talking about niggas having common shoes or not. Go over the facts and details, my man. There's no reason in hell why he should have been made innocent. There's no reason. And you didn't even acknowledge the fact that I expressed that the nigga wasn't the one who actually killed the bitch. I see you ain't denying that. The serial killer? I mean, it's all making sense here. Look at the details of how the bitch was killed. I believe it's called a Mexican tie or some shit like that. But the bitch shit was so fucked up, her head was almost decapitated. A regular person like a linebacker like him or a running back like him can't do that shit. You have to know what you're doing in order to be as effective as that person was. Why the fuck is O.J. Simpson expressing that he seen blood at the scene, that he blacked out and there was blood everywhere? Also, if one attacker goes into that building and there's a man there, there's one attacker and there's two victims. You mean to tell me neither one of them got that killer's DNA under their fingers? They were attacked at the same time. Look at it, goddammit. If a nigga went into the house and there's two people, one person went in that house and there was two people who are fucking each other, which means they're going to be in close proximity within the house. Let's say you attack Nicole first. You attack Nicole first. You got a whole 25-year-old young buck. You think he's not going to do anything about it? You think one man took them out? Help me understand. We're talking about probability here. If you're going to cover murders, please cover black nigga. Brother, first off, Sean, you talk about Tupac's and Biggie's death. I've done that, brother. Where the hell have you been? I've done Tupac's death. I revealed who the killer of that motherfucker was 7 months before they actually locked up Keefy D, who wasn't really the damn killer. I also revealed who the fuck killed Biggie. So anything that I say on this motherfucker, you better believe I'm putting it down. There were two killers in that motherfucker. And I believe one of them was O.J. Simpson. In fact, I know it because the nigga's DNA was found there and the victim's DNA was found in that nigga's car in his house. The nigga was there. The nigga was there because he failed the polygraph test. So if you ask that motherfucker, did you kill that bitch? If you paid somebody, you did kill that bitch. Maybe you didn't kill her with your hands, nigga, but he's responsible. Hence why all of this weird behavior that this nigga's acting like. And look, Sean Thomas, you ain't the only nigga that loves O.J. Simpson.
If I saw Bin Laden, that's Bin Laden.
Yeah.
That's Bin Laden. What's he about?
It's like if I saw an OJ, I'd be like, hell
I
yes.
love
Hell
him.
yeah. What a comeback.
He's lived a full life. People are like, I've done it all. No, you haven't.
Heisman.
Have you? Heisman.
Cut someone's head off, dude.
Decapitated his wife and her boy.
Got away with it.
Got away with
Walked.
it. Went back to jail. He's the healthiest person on Twitter.
He's out golfing. He's giving
How is he the
advice.
most well-adjusted
He's giving
person?
advice.
Yeah, I did think, I'm like, hey, this nigga comes straight out of prison and having the best time of his motherfucking life. Okay, all right. That was a quick, I thought that was weird as hell. This nigga got some money put up somewhere, what the fuck? But here go to O.J. Simpson chase of 1994.
Yeah, I think I just saw O.J. Simpson on the 5 freeway, and there was he's heading north, and I got the license plate of the white Bronco 3DHY503, and we like looked at him, you know, and he like stared us down like he was deaf.
This is AC. I have OJ in the car. Okay, where are you? Please, I'm coming up the 5 freeway. Okay. Right now, we are okay, but you gotta tell the police to just back off. He's still alive, but he got a gun to his head. He just want to see his mother. Let me get him to the house. Give yourself up, man. Just stop.
If somebody killed my wife, the last thing I'm going to do is run from the police with a gun to my head. Or freak out when the police is closing in because I have nothing to hide. It is a higher probability that O.J. Simpson hired a killer to kill her and couldn't help himself but to be there and see it himself and get his own hands dirty. That's what I strongly believe. So if you're asking if he has something to do with it, look, that's all speculation. But better believe he did. You better believe he did. And what's crazy is his persona, as far as publicly and how the world and everybody perceived him, is a nice and lovable guy. So much so that fucked up his opportunity for playing the Terminator over Arnold Schwarzenegger?
O.J. Simpson was considered for the lead role in The Terminator.
That would have been pretty crazy.
The Terminator. It was Arnold's instead. But the crazy part is that the director, James Cameron, rejected the choice of O.J. Simpson because he didn't think the, quote, this likable, goofy, kind of innocent guy could pull off a cyborg assassin. Oh, man. Just came right around.
O.J. Simpson, pretty silly, funny, goofy guy.
Silly, funny, goofy, innocent guy.
Way too likable of a person.
Never judge a book by its cover, motherfuckers. Because some of the main niggas that be like nice and lovable and goofy and shit, Ted Bundy, I'll kill the hell out of you. Without a moment's notice. God damn it. And here go this stinking bitch here, Megyn Kelly, talking to the prosecutor, Marcia Clark, which is that bitch is.
To me, you really are a heroine. I was in law school while you were trying this case. I was in my third year of law school watching you and dying to be a prosecutor. And I had this weird thing at the time. I've had it ever since. I don't know. There's like a weird theory on the internet that somehow Nicole Brown Simpson and I are the same person, or that I'm her reincarnated. I don't know what their theory is, but there's just weird tentacles between me and this case. But I was obsessed with you. I was like, I want to be just like her. Win or lose, you were amazing. So it's truly thrilling to meet you.
Oh, thank you so much, Megan. I'm a big fan too. So mutual society here. But yeah. That's crazy. You were in law school at the time, and yet you finished law school and became a lawyer anyway.
Yes.
I can't, and I use this clip in fair use, bitch, before you try to come for me, okay? I can't stand that whole Megyn Kelly. Whoever the hell, I can't stand her ass. She looks like she's just, but she probably got some good poontang, guys. So yeah, whoever smashing her, bitches with that act stuck up and attitude got some good poontang. So you might want to go holler at that hoe. But come on, hoe. Your ass, come on, bitch. I'm just hating. Because I didn't really like the prosecutor asshole anyway. And our bitch is a failure. So while your ass looking up to her, no wonder why you the bitch you're today. Okay? But apparently, O.J. Simpson put Domino's on the map.
How did O.J. Simpson help Domino's Pizza make millions? For decades, massive restaurant chains have relied on the endorsements of athletes to advertise their products, like Subway with Michael Phelps or McDonald's with Neymar. Back in the 90s, Domino's Pizza had O.J. Simpson. Now, I know what you're thinking. O.J. Simpson's career as a superstar running back ended in 1979. 90s O.J. was much better known as the guy that allegedly killed his wife. So why would a pizza chain be partnered with him? Well, it turns out they weren't. But that didn't stop the former superstar from helping Domino's hit record-setting sales numbers. Back on June 17, 1994, O.J. was at the center of one of the most watched events in the history of television. That day, O.J. led the police on a wild chase throughout the streets of Los Angeles. So rather than go out for dinner or cook, households opted for pizza delivery. The result was the single busiest day in the history of Domino's Pizza. And while Domino's Pizza tried to distance themselves from association with a suspected murderer, they have no choice but to acknowledge the fact that O.J. Simpson helped the company make millions.
That's why I fuck with you, Sean. Sean Thomas expressing, hey, you changed my mind. OJ is guilty, but I love Domino's, so let the man be free. I get Domino's 3 times a week. Oh, brother. If you get Domino's 3 times a week, you're probably fat as hell. And I'm going to tell you something, I was just there with you, okay? I'm working out like a motherfucker. You understand me? I'm working out like a motherfucker. This is a whole ass brick right here. I done told y'all niggas already. This is a whole ass, I done just got back from the gym today. That's why I'm a little late doing the show. Okay? Nigga, hey, fuck Domino's. Get away from that shit, goddammit. We got to get sexy again in this motherfucker. Get away from it, goddammit. You see my jawline? Okay, I mean, we got a little pudge over here, but hey, we working it out, goddammit. We working it out, goddammit. All right, so let's get to the Khloe Kardashian part. Is OJ Khloe Kardashian daddy?
I always thought Kris was a cute girl. She was really nice. But, you know, I was dating supermodels.
You know the rumor. You know the rumor.
But the rumor ain't true. It's not even nowhere close to being true.
Some people think like you might be Khloe Kardashian's
No,
real dad.
no, I'm not.
Because like Kim's like 5'5", Courtney's like 5'3", and then Chloe's like
Well, I've
6'2".
seen the family say something about a cook or something, but I don't know.
I'm gonna just put it like this. I know O.J. Simpson smashed Chris because Drake smashed Chris. Okay? I know that. This bitch be loving the young niggas. And apparently, Khloe is not black. There's nothing about Khloe that's black besides the black ass niggas that she fuck around with. And ain't shit niggas at that, okay? She's not black. I can just tell you that right now. She's probably like OJ said, the cook's fucking daughter. But it ain't OJ's. That bitch would be a lot more darker. She would have a natural ass, okay? And she wouldn't have been putting up with Lamar Odom and motherfucking Tristan Thompson's shit if she had some nigga in her. I'm just telling you right now. She would have cut them niggas loose quicker than that nigga that got caught up on crack and that nigga that got caught up in bitches, okay? Would have cut them quick. God damn it. But look at this bitch here meeting OJ. Lord have mercy. You got white hoes out here scared to meet OJ. Lord have mercy.
Of all the crazy shit I've seen on TikTok, here's a woman who meets O.J. Simpson in a bar and rejects him.
OJ, baby, he's out! He's out, baby! Hey!
First of all, is she still alive? Like, someone should check on her. I mean, I'm actually surprised she rejected him. I hear his moves are killer. I mean, but he's single now. You can't blame the guy for shooting his shot or stabbing his stab. What, is it too soon?
All right. Cool. You got, I mean, shit, bitches are gonna be scared of this nigga either way it go, especially white bitches that look like his goddamn wife. Here go Kim Kardashian on meeting O.J. Simpson.
I answered the phone and it was a call from jail. And it was OJ, and I handed my mom the phone because he wanted to speak to her, and I just remember them getting into it. So, you know, my mom was extremely vocal on her feelings.
What did she think or feel?
You know, she was believed that, you know, her friend was murdered by him, and that was really traumatizing for her. And then we'd go to my dad's house, and it was a whole other situation there. And it would be like Johnny Cochran, Bob Shapiro, my dad, like the whole team. So we didn't really know what to believe or whose side to take.
I mean, shit. So you got Chris, who is damn near best friends with Nicole, who feels some type of way to the point where OJ calls this bitch from jail. To the point where they're arguing. But her husband is defending O.J. Simpson because Kardashian comes from the actual husband who died from some kind of cancer or some shit earlier in his life after the damn O.J. shit. Conflicting household views, I'll tell you that. But my thing is, did Chris have that bastard killed? That's what I want to know. And I'm not talking about O.J., I'm talking about Kardashian.
There I was, now a young man of probably 23. O.J. Simpson was the most famous or infamous face on planet Earth. I was in a restaurant in Beverly Hills with my agents. I wasn't alone in the restaurant, but I was alone. I was the only black person. And in the 90s, that felt very uncomfortable. Now I tend to enjoy it at this age. And suddenly, a group of women walked by. Every race was in that group. Black, white, Asian, Latina, white, and white again. And then, close behind was O.J. Simpson, newly released from jail. I was shocked. I didn't mean to say it out loud, but it just came out. O.J. He stopped, saw my black face, and correctly assumed it was me. He leaned over all the white people I was having dinner with and shook my hand. He looked in my eyes, and I could see in his eyes that he didn't remember meeting me the first time. And I looked back at my agents, and all of them had nothing short of disgust. And the only one with the courage to voice their disgust was a woman named Sharon. How could you shake hands with that murderer? I said, Sharon, that murderer ran for over 11,000 yards.
Oh, God. Here's another situation of Dave Chappelle meeting O.J. Simpson.
The fourth time is not the funniest time, but it was the last time I'd see the juice. I was at the Kentucky Derby. It's a very long story. This is right after I quit Chappelle's show in spectacular fashion. There was a party hosted by Michael Jordan, and every athlete I'd ever admired was in that room. And then I saw a familiar face by the bar, standing there, drinking alone. It was Chris Tucker. You have to remember, at this time, we were both technically missing. And we went over and were talking with one another, and motherfuckers were amazed to see us together. Seeing me and Chris Tucker at that point would be like seeing Bigfoot riding a unicorn. You wouldn't believe that's what you were saying. And then, through all the gawkers, a familiar face pushed to the crowd. Here he was again, the Juice. He had his camera ready. He was like, Dave, Chris, good to see you guys. Hey, come on, guys, let's all get together for a picture. And at the same time, me and Chris were like, no. Sorry, Juice, my career's too flimsy to survive a picture with you.
Fuck around and sink everybody's ship around that motherfucker. I mean, and that just shows you the kind of stigma that came with that nigga's life, especially how OJ played that shit. Like, bro, if he played hurt and sad and shit, his career wouldn't have taken him as much of a hit. The LAPD, especially with them botching this shit, would have not played out that way. It's just kudos to him and his lawyer teams to get him off anyway, given the kind of evidence that they had. Not only stirring around race, finding racial content about the police officer that first showed up to the scene, which Sean Thomas was talking about, but then played on multiple other factors, getting the actual society. And at this point, this is where the court of public opinion came into factor, where it started being the actual tool. Because it was clear. Even today, you got Sean Thomas bringing up race. It's clear today. It's still a hot topic. And I'm just here to say, the nigga killed them bitches. And got away with it. One of the first niggas in history on the world stage to kill 2 white people and get away with it, Lord have mercy. Here go Cameron. Keeps it real on having O.J. Simpson on his show.
We'll be like, how y'all do O.J. on the show? Listen, I'm just going to knock the elephant in the room. The is not guilty. So at the end of the day, you got public opinion can say whatever the they want.
Yeah.
In the court of law, they said the man wasn't guilty. So he's on the show.
Yeah. And I was a fan of O.J. Simpson. And I watched his shit. And I wanted his ass to be... When he got locked up the first time, I thought that shit was unfair. Sean Thomas, Sean Thompson, all the same damn thing. But, yeah. The nigga was found not guilty. So, at the end of the day, all this shit is for nothing. Because according to the law, he was found not guilty. That's why our fucking law system is flawed. If you are found not guilty, that's it. Unless you're R. Kelly and they dig some shit up on your ass. Lock your ass up for the same shit that you got made innocent on. But then again, R. Kelly dirt was vast enough to get caught up on this shit. O.J. Simpson knew better. I'm not killing no more bitches. I done killed 2 white people. I'm done. I'm done. We shouldn't continue to drag him through the dirt, especially during his death, if the man was found innocent. I mean, hell, I'm just doing my job as a media personality, creating speculation and conversation. But at the end of the day, O.J. Simpson was found not guilty. So for some of you fucks on the internet talking about rest and piss, talking bad about O.J. Simpson's name, down on his name, because you don't like him or you're a racist piece of shit, understand that man is dead and put some motherfucking respect on his name before you find piss being on your grave when you die. But let's get into something real juicy. And Sean, you're going to like this. I'm glad you're here. Let's talk about O.J. Simpson.
How did you two?
Hold up, batch. Now hold up. O.J. Simpson picking up girls with Donald Trump.
How did you two link?
Just around, in New York. I lived in New York doing NFL Live, and we kind of had the same tastes in ladies.
And, what was that taste at the time?
Oh, hey, come on.
Models.
Models, because he knew, Eileen Ford. I knew Eileen Ford. We found ourselves at a lot of those type of events.
So you and Trump are kind of wingmen sometimes.
Well, I would say we were.
That would be a pretty deadly duo. Trump and OJ.
Yeah, I'm sure it was a pretty deadly duo. Okay, make sure all you niggas hitting all these hearts and shit on the side and shit. Hit the goddamn like. I better have 4 motherfucking likes quicker than hell in this bitch. Lord. Yeah, for the last clip of the day so I can take my regular stinking ass to bed. Donald Trump on O.J. Simpson.
O.J. Simpson, which we had on this podcast.
Well, I knew O.J. very well. I knew him very well. I better not get into it. I knew O.J. so well.
Cheater on the golf course?
I mean, he loves playing golf. I just say golf because I want to be very nice. That was a terrible situation.
Hey. And I hope, because O.J. talking about picking up bitches with Donald Trump. Donald Trump talk about, yeah, I know him very well. This show can kiss my ass. You got a show. I'm going to make some clips out of it. I know they ain't going to go as viral as the Tupac and P. Diddy and all that shit. But hell, here you are. Rest in peace, O.J. Simpson. Condolences to your family and your friends. Condolences to Nicole with their family and their friends. Condolences to the Goodman family and their friends. I hope everybody rest in peace. Not in peace, bitches, but in peace, okay? And for that being said, holla at your boy. First off, Sean talk about Black Delilah next. Dahlia? Dahlia? I'm gonna have to look that up. Holla at your boy, I'm out this bitch. Hee hee.
Looking at the
holla, 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 holla. Holla, 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 let me holler at you, 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 let me holler at you. Holla, 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 holla,